right, it is time for our next WWE match prediction, and it's today's event, Crown Jewel 2022, taking place. He's already got it's taking place in Saudi Arabia. It's taking place today, 12 Eastern time. If you're watching this on Saturday morning,
yeah, like you said, it's today, not tonight.
Today, yes, because of the time change. I know there was we had read online there was some possible maybe some threat level has went up in that area, and there was rumors that the event might not even take place, but as of this recording, it is. He got a quick wardrobe change, got his Macho Man shirt on. I got Ric Flair, and Ethan, he's the lone wolf or the black sheep wearing AEW. All right,
White Rabbit.
Crown Jewel event is usually a big event. They have big marquee matchups. Sometimes I always feel like these Saudi Arabia shows, nothing really happens in them.
No.
But
that was under Vince.
That's under Vince, and this is the first big one with Triple H.
You know they want to have big matches when they go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
because they get a lot of money from them.
That's right.
So the main event though, very underwhelming. Well, although there is a reason behind it, we'll get to that.
Let's get to that. Yes.
But yeah, under Triple H, I consider it being a memorable event.
All right, we start out with the women's tag team championship match. New women's champions, Asuka and Alexa Bliss. They're taking on Damage Control, Kai and Sky. This is an interesting matchup because the titles just changed hands on Raw. Did you know that, Brady?
And what?
The girls' titles. Damage Control no longer the champions. We have new champions. We're going to let Brady start. You make your prediction.
Probably champions retain.
Champions retain. Okay, Ethan?
I agree.
You know what? The titles just changed hands on Raw, which is weird. Because right before pay-per-view, that doesn't happen too often. I'm going to go with the heels winning their belts back, and we'll get to why in just a few moments. Let's leave it simply at that. I think we got new tag team champions again. Because we have a Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair taking on Bayley in a last woman standing match. At least it's a stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a good fight. In my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree. You've got Charlotte, who's top superstar. You got Becky Lynch. Neither one of them have been on television lately.
Mm-hmm.
You've got who else is a top star?
Mm-hmm.
I think, in my opinion, Bayley is the MVP of women in WWE. She's the best, even with those two out. So you got Bayley challenging for the championship. Ethan, we'll let you go first on this one. Do we have a new champion or not?
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Bayley.
Bayley?
I'm gonna say Bayley wins.
I agree. I think Bayley wins this.
Probably.
I think Bayley wins this because that's why I picked the heels to win the belts back. I think Damage Control would be good holding all the belts.
Mm-hmm.
Tag team belts. They really need a secondary belt. How AEW has a TBS belt.
Mm-hmm.
I think the girls need a secondary belt. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking. Here's a person who I didn't care much for girls wrestling a couple years ago, and it's improved so much.
Yeah, and AEW has a women's title, and then they have like a secondary belt, which has only been held by one champion for nearly a year.
Yeah,
but WWE has definitely a much more build-up division, and if they had like a secondary, like a women's intercontinental belt,
just don't call it that.
What?
Like women's intercontinental.
But if they had a secondary title,
They have that in the video games.
they already have
Like the story.
They have a much better build-up division that it would really do good for them for some of their like up-and-comers.
I think so. So I agree. I think we don't agree, but I think Damage Control takes every title. We'll see what happens. Let's move on to some of the men's matches. Brady, I assumed you picked. I didn't even ask you. I'm sorry. I thought you heard you say
new champ.
New champ. Okay. We got Braun Strowman taking on Omos.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Match of the night.
Yeah, right. I don't want to see Omos wrestle anywhere.
Match.
This probably would be the best case scenario to have two monsters fight. At least on paper.
Should have been a cast.
I'll go first on this one. I say Braun Strowman wins. He has not been back long. Omos has not been,
Barely.
not much has happened. I don't see Strowman losing to Omos on this grand stage.
No.
What do you guys think?
I agree. Now with Vince McMahon at the helm of WWE, I could have seen it happen.
It's
But
true.
I feel like under Triple H, he's not going to use Omos to the point that Vince McMahon would have used him.
Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon likes those bigger wrestlers more than Triple H does, as you can see from NXT.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Braun Strowman, because Braun Strowman is definitely a much better wrestler than Omos.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I just, not that Omos doesn't need a win, or I just don't see Braun losing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong. We got another match: Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor, better known as Judgment Day, taking on the OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, which is an interesting triple threat match. Brady, you go first and make your prediction on this one.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. This is a tough one to pick. I'm going to go the faces winning here. I don't know where they're going with this after this. Here's why I think a female debuts, because you've got Rhea Ripley causing havoc. I see Charlotte coming back. I heard who's the girl that was married to who's the girl that's married to what's his name? Swerve. Not Swerve, but Swerve in Your Glory. Keith Lee. What am I thinking of? Keith Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Mia Yim.
Mia Yim.
I heard she's coming back. This could be where she comes back as well. I don't know, but I'll go the faces. What do you guys? What do you think?
I don't know. It is kind of difficult.
I already said.
Oh, so yeah, you did. I'm sorry.
I'll
He
say
said heels. I said faces.
It's hard.
And we're allowed to say heels and faces because Vince is gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the faces just to keep the story. Well, no, usually.
Just pick something.
I'll say the faces.
Now they could be setting up potentially for War Games. We don't know what's going to happen at War Games Survivor Series. So if they're going to be involved, then I could see Judgment Day winning here.
Yeah, I could see it being like Judgment Day versus and maybe adding another member versus the OC and Edge maybe coming back.
Possibly.
Because usually they don't have a 5-on-5.
But are they
NXT? They usually just do 4-on-4.
There's just one War Games match, right?
Yeah.
Well, then what about the Bloodline? Are they going to be in a it's going to be tough. I'm interested to see how they go. Mm-hmm. And these boys do have a War Games ring set. When we do our Survivor Series match prediction, we'll have to get that out. All right.
Brady will have to get a taller chair just so it doesn't block it.
That's true. All right. So we've got a few matches left. I think 3 on here. You've got the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, taking on the Brawling Brutes. I'll go first on this one. I go Usos winning. They're going to hold these titles to WrestleMania, just like Roman Reigns. Well, I'm not going to get to that, but Usos win this. The Brutes have grown on me some. I wish they really would change Pete's name back to what did I say? Pete's name back to Pete Dunne and not be Butch. I think it's happening. I think it will happen. But I go Usos winning. Brady.
Usos. They're not a big feud or anything.
I agree. The Usos have to continue their dominant reigns.
Yeah.
And the Bloodline's dominant reign, holding a lot of the titles. And, what was I about to say? Yeah, you're right. The Brawling Brutes are starting to grow on me a little bit. But
I don't like the name.
Their name.
I don't like Butch, and I don't like the name Brawling Brutes. And I still hold a grudge against what's his name for hurting Big E, even though I know it wasn't his fault.
Ridge Holland.
Ridge Holland, yeah. They were calling him Ridge the Fridge the other day. So I hope that's just like a one-time thing. Anyway, you got Brock Lesnar taking on Bobby Lashley. Probably the biggest marquee matchup because the main event is underwhelming. Have these guys fought lately?
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, they did. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They also keep attacking each other.
Yeah, they had a big they had several people trying to hold them back the other night.
Mm-hmm.
They always do that.
What happens?
Including Triple H.
What happens here? We'll let Ethan go first on this one.
It's kind of. I'm gonna say Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar.
I'm gonna say Bobby Lashley still.
Because
Ooh, I
Brock
like it.
Lesnar is just coming back.
I don't see Brock losing. I mean, he lost to Roman Reigns, but I don't see him losing to Bobby Lashley.
It's kind of hard because they really have heavily pushed Bobby Lashley the last couple years.
They have, and he's good.
Yeah,
and he's there every week, which is bonus points. But I don't see the Brock losing on the main stage like this to Lashley.
That's true. And Lashley did lose.
Let him talk.
Let him talk. His prediction.
Lashley lost to Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble because of Roman Reigns interfering.
Yeah.
But could Bobby Lashley get a clean? You're right, on the stage like Crown Jewel. But I know Brock Lesnar's not going to be around. He's going to leave and come back in like a couple of months.
WrestleMania,
you're right. You never
fight
know.
for the world title
You never know.
again.
Oh, that would stink. You never know.
Rumble.
But I'm gonna. It's tough. But I'm gonna say Bobby Lashley.
Now, it's
very risky.
Before we get to the greatest main event ever on paper,
No.
we're gonna have to talk about two things. Number one, is there anybody on this card, any matches that you guys would like to see? You know, there's a lot of people that are not on the card.
Yeah. I really felt like the card should have been bigger.
Like, what's missing?
I don't know. They just could have had other storylines. Johnny Gargano could have fought
Intercontinental
somebody.
title match, United States title match.
Right. Yeah.
It's true. No Seth Rollins?
No Seth Rollins.
At all.
No Gunther.
No Gunther.
They needed
no Kevin Owens.
Sheamus.
They could have
No
had
Sheamus. Sheamus just got married, so he's been off for a little bit. But he could be coming back. I mean, soon. I don't think he's extended.
He had the Intercontinental
He
title.
did. He just in Rey Mysterio. No Seth Rollins. No Kevin Owens.
Yeah, remember Rey Mysterio's the number one contender. Why isn't this match happening at Crown Jewel?
It just happened.
Mysterio.
Well, it happened last night. We're retaping this a little early, and yet that technically they taped SmackDown a week early. It actually took place, and since this is a Saturday, he lost. So that's not a surprise. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And I know they can't put everything on there, but it's like, well, you don't have Seth Rollins, you don't have Kevin Owens, but you've got Omos. I don't know.
They could have put more matches on this.
What about The Miz versus
Dexter Lumis?
Dexter Lumis? This would have been a perfect time for it.
What better place on like a stage like Crown Jewel?
Or Miz and Johnny Gargano. You could have put that in here.
Or Rollins versus Ali. They've been kind of talking about that. Ali is kind of starting to pick up a little.
And as of this recording, something could be added after SmackDown. Even though SmackDown was pre-taped, they could add something.
Yeah.
But we haven't watched SmackDown. Because we're actually taping, we're explaining this. This is not Saturday morning. So, anyway. Also, here's the other thing. Bray Wyatt is going to be there. Is going to be a pre-taped segment? Is Uncle Howdy, we can be saying this out loud, going to be revealing himself as far as who he is? Brady, have you seen Uncle Howdy?
Oh, that blue mask.
There's like a blue mask guy with a big mustache and a beard, to me, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, he looks like Barry Windham, which is Bray Wyatt or Wyndham Rotunda's real name. He's named after this guy. I think IRS, which is Bray Wyatt's dad, is married to Barry Windham's sister. I think that's how it is. Something like that. Their brothers-in-laws. Anyway, that's the first thing I thought. Then there's been rumors of Bo Dallas coming back. Evidently, he was wearing Bo Dallas's earring. He's like a cross earring that he wore when he was part of the Miztourage. But did they just put that in there just because? It's not like he just wears that all the time and they forgot to cover it up.
He is called Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, it's Uncle. And Barry Windham would be his uncle.
Would it make sense if it was somebody like Bo Dallas, who's his brother?
Yeah, well,
that is uncle.
I mean, I definitely see Bo Dallas being a part of this.
I can see it being Barry Windham.
It's at least interesting.
Yeah.
It's at least interesting. I don't know where they're going with all this. It'll probably be something pre-taped. I can't see it. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
He could come to the ring. Bray Wyatt.
Could, yeah.
I don't know.
Main event time.
Main event time. Logan Paul in his third match ever, challenging not the greatest ever, but he's got to be
the greatest of today.
The greatest of this era. And I was not a Roman Reigns fan a few years ago when he was I couldn't stand him. He's been excellent as he couldn't be better as a heel, and the Bloodline storyline is the best storyline in wrestling. But he's taking on Logan Paul.
Is he gonna get that one lucky shot?
They keep saying that because that's exactly how they have to promote it.
That's how
it has to be one lucky shot because he doesn't deserve to be in this position.
That should be their pay-per-views like catchphrase.
Yeah, Crown Jewel, one lucky shot.
Yeah,
it makes me think of
he said that.
It makes me think of like the movies where they have like there's a couple movies I've seen where it's like their chances of doing something or of winning something are like 1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah,
like Avengers and like maybe Star Wars.
Never tell me the odds.
So what do you
There's
guys
no
think's gonna
chance.
happen?
It's not 1,000,000 to 1. It's 0.
I've heard people saying
It's 0.
that Logan Paul could possibly win. Like, what
Yeah,
if he
I
did?
think-
That would make no
I
sense.
would want him to.
It would make no
I
sense.
want him to. He's part of my new group.
Here's the
All
deal.
People you guys hate.
I will say this. Yeah, Brady always likes to pick the wrestlers we don't
look,
like.
there's a cat.
I never even said I didn't like it.
Meow! There's a kitty. Hey, Lincoln! Lincoln! No, there's a kitty cat. Don't. He might move if he sees you. Anyway, he was at the back of the door. But here's the deal. I'll give Logan Paul this.
Mom will come down.
He's a superstar, social media superstar. As far as what all that means, I don't know. I'll give the fact that he looked good in his tag team match. Don't come over here, buddy.
Lincoln, look, there's a kitty cat at the window.
There's a kitty cat at the window. He looked good in his match with The Miz at WrestleMania. He looked good in his match versus The Miz.
Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, I'll give Logan Paul that. This is chaos that's broken out. Lincoln, he's got it from a nap. He cannot get on camera because he's not completely dressed. And he's trying to bust a Lego set. And we've got Sin Cara, who made his returning. So I'll give you that Logan Paul looked good in the matches he's been in. As far as the celebrity wrestling, done a great job. Everything I've heard is that Saudi Arabia officials wanted this match because they wanted a big celebrity there. So I get all that. But if they have him win the belt, which I do not think they're going to, it would be a slap in the face to Roman Reigns. It would be a slap in the face to this belt. It would be a slap in the face to the fans. I do not think it happens.
I agree.
It'd be bad enough if they give the U.S. belt.
Yeah,
But the world title on this grand stage,
they won't.
come on.
It's going to be Roman Reigns.
It's going to be
This
Roman
match
Reigns.
is only happening because the Prince wanted this match.
That's what we hear. We don't know. That's just what we hear, ain't it? But I'm intrigued. You know, it could be worse. Could be Omos.
Could be Baron Corbin.
It could be Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is not on this show.
Thank
Hopefully. Yes, that it doesn't happen. Here's the deal. We have been so hard on Bray Wyatt, or on Bray Wyatt. We've been so hard on Baron Corbin over the years. Some of it's his fault. Most of it's probably not. They're going to repackage him with JBL. This has potential to be good.
Maybe this actually will be something interesting. Maybe he won't be cutting any promos. Maybe JBL will do it for him.
No matter who the regime is, whether it's Vince
But he just got worse.
or Triple H, Baron Corbin stays the same. He's the constant. Because it's horrible. All he did nothing. They changed his music a little bit and put some dollars. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid.
They did nothing. He's out.
But he's not in Crown Jewel.
I think Roman Reigns is going to win the title. That's my prediction.
Runs the title. He is the champ. The champ for 2 years.
He's going to retain.
All right. Watch Crown Jewel. Sin Cara's going to be there.
Hold on. Sin Cara has a message.
Uh-oh.
Crown Jewel needs more good lucha things.
That's
All right.
Kalisto.
Enjoy Crown Jewel today.
Kalisto? Well, whatever. They're the same person.
Oh, it is? It's Kalisto?
That's what he said.
Oh,
Kalisto said.
I got you.